Hi, fellow traders. I've got a small account trade that I recorded for you today. And this one is kind of giving you an idea of how you have to get in a trade that's on SSR. Now, PAY, I'm looking for the 5-minute opening range breakdown. You can see this is the 5-minute opening range here. There's a level at 1651. So I just put my order out at 1651. And we're getting some prints every now and then at 1651, but you have to put it up so that it can get caught on an uptick. This is where you got to see 1651. Now I almost brought it down to 1650, but I don't really like chasing, because the lower you get, the worse it's gonna be for your stop. You see how right here, you see how it jumped up? It just jumped up and I got filled at 1651. But look where it's trading now. I jumped up 6-7 cents. And that's what's going to happen. If you're going to try to get in these tickers that's on SSR, when you get in, you're going to be down. More than likely, you're going to be down a couple cents. Now, it doesn't always jump 6-7 cents, but when you get in, you will be down. So that's another good reason not to have your P&L up, because as soon as you get in and you automatically see that you're red on the trade, that's going to affect your emotions. And from the start, you're going to be playing the defensive and you won't let the trade work. So what I'm looking for here, I don't have the levels drawn on here. Again, I use Thinkorswim for my charting, so that's where the levels are. But there's a level here at 1651. And my target is the next level at 1588. So that's what I'm looking at for my target. And I will cover some halfway. I'm in 500 shares, so I will take 250 off. If I got down to, say, the 16 O's, I will take 250 off and wait to see if we can break 1650. All right, so now we're up. You saw the pop up here. It popped up to like 1674. My max on this is 20 cents. So it just popped up there real quick and then it came back, into the 60s. So at this point, I've got my finger on the trigger, because if I lose this, if I get 20 cents, I'm out. That puts me at $100 loss. That's the max that I'm going to really stand on this trade, because I've got the potential to make, $300. So risking 100 isn't, that bad of a thing. So, I'm watching it and I'm watching this candle. And a lot of times when you see this, when you see a candle that prints like this and you get a big wick to the upside, I'm pretty confident that this thing is going to come back down. Now, I know this is the 2-minute chart and I'm not managing it off the 2-minute, but I do have it up here for a reference. So the 2-minute, the 60-minute, and the daily chart. So I feel pretty good that this thing is gonna come back. So as long as it, doesn't get too far away, I'm gonna let it work. Once this closes below the 1651 level, then if it reclaims it again, I'm gonna take it off. But right now, I'm just waiting for this first candle here, to close below this 1651 level. And what keeps concerning me is, you see all of the buyers, they keep popping up. When every time it looks like the sellers are going to take control, you have a bunch of buyers show up, and it's in a little battle here. See, now we're down to 45, and we still have a lot of buyers here. We do have a lot of sellers coming in, but it's still a good amount of buyers. So, right now it can go either way. Now, once these buyers get taken out, then you're going to see a pretty big drop. So we should see a significant drop in the price. So right now, I just want to see all these buyers get taken out. But is it giving me some, is it making me sweat a little bit? Yeah. It is, because I'm seeing more, more buyers that just keeps popping up. It's like they're coming out of nowhere. So yeah, that does concern me a little bit. But when we take them out, we're going to be in good shape here. And, not only am I watching level 2, but I'm watching time and sales. And now we're starting to get some red prints. So, hopefully we're going to take these guys out pretty soon. Here we go. Got all these red prints. Bam, just that quick, the bottom dropped out. So we got, dropped 10 cents. And that's the way, this thing works. Once you take out this level, if you run into a level of buyers or sellers, depending on which way you're going, once you take them out, you're going to get a nice move in the stock. And right now, I'm feeling pretty good about this trade. The only thing I'm feeling good about at this point is the weather. We have bad weather here. We've got a hurricane heading our way, and we're getting the outer bands of heavy rain, and we're getting a little bit of wind. And the experience of me being in this house for 20 years, I know that I'm going to lose power at some point. I'm going to lose internet. It's a given. Our infrastructure here is pretty bad. And I think a lot of it has to do with the neighborhood that I'm in. It's an older neighborhood, so a lot of the technology hasn't been upgraded. So I pay the price. So right now I'm more worried about losing power than I am about this trade. As far as I'm concerned, it's still looking pretty good. Even though we're getting these pops, but you can see I got out because it was time for me to, prepare just in case I lose power. Now I was in another trade as well. So in my other account, so I was kind of watching it too. But I felt pretty good about getting out because it looked like this was a level where we were going to get another one of these battles. So you never know. When you start getting a battle of buyers and sellers, you don't know really who's going to win. But you see, we're getting a lot of sellers, coming in, and they're taking out the buyers on this side. So that's a good indication that this stock's going to continue to fade. But by now, I was out, and I was getting ready to shut down until this heavy ban and all of this kept going. But let's take a look at what this stock looks like now. No, you can see it. My cover was pretty decent. It's just hanging around this level here, and it hung around for a while, it looks like. And this is kind of what it looks like now after the fact. We did get a little dip down here once I got out, but for the most part, it kind of stayed within the 10-cent range of when I got out. And just now recently, we're starting to get some moves down. Yeah, I probably would have still been in this trade with half my position. This was a 500 share trade, so I would have taken 250 off according to my plan when it got down into the 16s, and I would have still been holding, trying to see if we get this 1588. And that's kind of been my MO for this summer. Catching these, and as long as it doesn't give you any indication to get out, you keep it on. But this was a good example of how you have to get in a stock that's on SSR, a short sale restriction. And that means you have to get in on an uptick when the stock is ticking up. You can't get it on the way down. And, there's a risk in that. And I kind of showed you that. But you have to trust your setups. You have to trust the price action that you're watching. And, just read the chart. Let the chart tell you what you need to do. And that's what I did in this case. And, you can see I did give up about, 10 or 15 cents profit, but we've got, let's see, $95 after commissions. We've got 81.86 that we're adding. Now that's about, that takes a good chunk out of the platform fees that I paid yesterday. So wouldn't it be nice if, if this wasn't Friday, we'd probably get another trade, or Friday before holiday. I could say we probably get another good trade that would probably give us more than enough to cover our platform fees that were charged last night. But just taking a chunk out of it, that's even better. Because, dealing with a small account, your focus is on protecting capital. But you have to take that focus and put it on the trade. You don't want to focus on all of this while you're in the trade. You want to get in, have your plan in place, and don't get scared out. Now, yeah, if a storm comes up, yeah, you want to get out, because the last thing you want to be is stuck in the trade. And I've had it go out on me before, and I try to log in on my phone and I can't. I'm locked out because it's still saying I'm logged in even though I'm not. And by the time I got hold of somebody and they were able to exit my position, any profit I had was gone. I actually ended up losing money. So I'm always going to side on the air of caution when we have a storm coming. But I hope this helps you out. We're going to have a long weekend, so get some rest and get ready, because I think in the next couple of weeks this market's going to start taking off again, and we're going to see some pretty good opportunities, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm ready to get back on track. I'm ready to grow this account. We've doubled it, but it's taken a lot longer than I anticipated. But just because you're good and you have experience doesn't mean you're gonna make it grow twice as fast as you did when you were coming up. So the key is you got to be patient, take your time, take baby steps, and before you know it, your account will be where you need it to be so that you can take some decent positions. All right, so I'm going for good. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you guys Tuesday, bright and early in chat, and we'll get back at it. So everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe. and enjoy.